Hey, shalom, shalom, Akim. Before I get started, as always, want to give all honor and praises to our powers, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Hakwadash, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to my beloved brethren that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Shalom to the few sisters. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Adi Shalom. I'm the brother Ira, coming back with another lesson logo and edifying feed the lambs of the Lord. And I entitled this lesson, Scoffers should read what happened to Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. All right, Scoffers should read what happened to Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, you know. And before I get started into this lesson, I'm on this channel right now until YouTube releases my main channel, Stand Fast in Faith, uh, God 444. I'm on YouTube punishment, YouTube prison, you know. So, like I said again, logo on this lesson is edifying. Gonna jump straight into this, man, because honestly, the inspiration of this lesson comes from me watching Apostle Ariamlab, and you got a particular fruit fly that's buzzing around, trolling brothers' pages, but one thing that we have seen over the years is that um it's bigger than us. It's about Yahweh Shai, this truth, and these individuals that call themselves fighting against us, they not really fighting against us, they really fighting against Yahweh Shai. Okay, and it's that spirit of contention against the word, because the Lord has laid a stumbling block in front of these individuals' minds, okay, and this word has become an offense unto them. Okay, meaning that Yahweh Shai, if they did have faith, Yahweh Shai took that faith, and that's a scary thing to once be, enlightened by this word, and then Yahweh Shai just takes your faith, you know, and pretty much cast you to side, and that's why I want to go into that story in Numbers the 16th chapter, because those three individuals, they came up against Moses, which Moses was, set up by the Most High, okay, and the Lord ended up having them swallowed by opening up the earth. Literally, it was a literal swallow. They got literally swallowed by the earth, you know. And in these times, you know, these individuals that come up against the truth, they're being swallowed by the Lord spiritually. All right, they're so far deep into a hole that there ain't no way of getting out of it. They're gone. You can't do nothing with them. There's no hope for them. There's no repentance, And then their sole lot is to just fight against the Lord and his prophets, you know, and that's something scary, because that should bring fear to all of us that believe, that the Lord can put you in a mind frame like that. But let me jump into these scriptures. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 24. It says, "As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked." All right. So these words, okay, they're plain unto the holy. We're not gonna get tripped up off of certain words. You know what I'm saying? Like if through the spirit, if you're not gonna never find Lucifer being connected to Satan. It just means that one that who holds the light. And we know that when you look words up, you get a better understanding that Lucifer, okay, because really in the Hebrew, I believe it's a war, which is light. All right, but light can be associated with knowledge, man, wisdom, understanding. Okay, if you have light, You have been enlightened. You know, look that word. You have been enlightened. Okay, and through Yahushua, which is the light, you know, Yahushua has opened our minds, okay, to this knowledge. Without Yahushua, our minds wouldn't be opened unto this knowledge, man. You know, and you can read about this even in the gospel. Okay, what does it say in the gospel when the disciples asked, "Why dost thou speaketh unto them in parables?" You know, because this Bible was written in dark sayings. Most are not going to understand it, but the holy understand it, all right, because the Lord has opened up these mysteries unto his elect. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, the Lord's elect, okay, that are truly going to what get this knowledge. And this knowledge it has been in them. It has been in them from the beginning, you know. So let me go over here to the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, right? This is Romans chapter 9, verse 33. And it reads, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. You see? So the true believers, we're not ashamed in Hamashiach Yahushai. You know? All right? We're not ashamed. We waiting on Yahushai. We believe on Yahushai. Okay? And you know, when we see these individuals that come up against us, we laugh at them. Sometimes, yeah, it makes you grind your teeth because you got some real, you know, some whole ass niggas in Israel. You know, you got some real grimy individuals. You know, like brothers say, you know, excuse my language too. You know, like brothers say, man, you'll meet some of the best individuals in this truth, and then you'll meet some of the worst individuals in this truth, because that's what this truth exposes. It exposes the interior thoughts of man, you know, and those interior thoughts, when they come out, it exposes a person's character, what that person was really like in their mind, you know. So they wear they heart on their sleeve, man, you know what I'm saying. And then everybody sees that shame, because especially if you called yourself once believing and you turn your back on the Lord, and then you know you start talking shit about the Lord, and then you start talking shit about the Lord's men, the ones that are sincerely trying to get right by Yahweh Shai, show you that you wasn't nothing from the beginning, you know. All right, and you know the Lord laid that stumbling block in front of you so that way you can trip, okay? Because see, that's what this word does. This word is like it's like a double-edged sword, you know. It's either gonna it's you know, it's gonna cut you and make you better, or it's gonna cut you and you're gonna get offended, you know. And then that's how it is, because that's what Yahweh Shai does. He's only concerned about, you know, his true friends, though, his true believers, you know. But let me go over here to 2 Peter chapter 2. I'm sorry, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. It says, unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 7. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. It says, unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. You see, being disobedient to the word. A lot of these individuals, they're disobedient to the word. They disobedient to Yahweh because they feel some type of way. They emotional, all in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And this truth teaches you can't be in your feelings. Your feelings and you being emotional will get everybody killed around you. You know, and us being in this body, this war that we are part of. All right, you can't be in war with emotions. You know, like my man's Lorenz Tate said. You know, I'm not worried about them. He talking about his woman and his seed. You know what I'm saying? That were on the outside. He said, I'm worried about surviving here. You know, and come with surviving here, come with hardships. It come with manning the fuck up. It come with you hearing things about even your own self that you're not gonna like. That you got to be like, you know what? I gotta just make the adjustment because I'm in this wicked flesh. So this flesh by nature is evil. So it's a hard thing to fight against. Two set against evil, you at war. But Jake don't know how to not be emotional, especially when it comes down to situation in themselves, and then they start cursing the Lord in their mind, and then they start cursing the Lord in their mind, and the Lord, he take the oil that they did have, he take the oil and puncture them with needles, and then they start leaking, and it be a slow drip, and then they just start seeing them slowly just drip away. They whole life force just gone, and they become bugged out, scoffers. Talking shit. Don't think there's no repercussions for what they saying and what they do. You know, and they got that I'm still in the truth demon, right? But don't know that the Lord has been stripping their faith. So now I want to read this word, stumbling block, and this is the Wikipedia. It goes into the Conan Greek word scandalon, which is Strong's 4625, means either a trapstick or a stumbling block. Scandalon is used figuratively to mean either something that has caused people to sin or something that caused people to lose faith in Yahweh Shai. You see? So that stumbling block that is over these people's minds, they lost faith in the Lord. They don't have faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? And you know what it says about not having faith in the Lord? It's impossible to please him. Matter of fact, let me grab that real fast before I get this chapter. All right. Those that are faithless, it's impossible for you to please the Most High and His Son. This is Hebrews chapter 1, verse 11. No, I'm sorry, verse 6. Am I in the right chapter? Oh, I'm tripping. Slack, I'm tripping. I said 1. I need to go to 11. This is Hebrews 11 and 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See, in order for you to come to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you must believe that he is, and then that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, all right? There's a reward for you constantly seeking the Lord, the mercies of the Lord, all right? And stay away from these fruit flies, because they got a contagious energy. But let's jump into this chapter now. Okay, Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. It says, now Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. So what these men were doing, they was inciting a rebellious spirit against Moses, man. And when you hear these individuals talk, that's exactly how they sound. Like they're trying to draw forth different men and different disciples after them to rise up in a rebellious spirit, ultimately against the Lord. When they come against the Lord's men, it's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't see this over the years. Guys that didn't talk shit. You had brothers call him Baloo. He had the turban on with the glasses, take a potato chip to his hand, ate a chip, you know what I'm saying? And most likely he gonna take a chip and eat a missile, because you don't even hear about that dude no more. You know what I'm saying? If he's even out there preaching, probably not. You had those dudes, ITR, Israel Tried and Refined, out in Chicago. They was talking, crazy against the apostles and elders. Came up with different doctrines, you know what I'm saying? Start taking away from the word. Now you don't see them guys like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even hear about them. You know, you had the flat earthers out in LA, you know, start remixing, changing the doctrine, coming up against brothers and apostles, and these individuals, when they get online, they start, and those that got that spirit of contention and hate, they start gravitating to these individuals, like those dudes, um the ex former head from I believe what, Mississippi, a war, you know, people start gravitating to him, that's on that same type of vibration. Okay. But nevertheless, y'all got T-Rex arms because y'all arms is too short to fight to box against God, you know. But these individuals think that they're gonna trump, and they hold duty in their mind is to try to figure out how to overthrow the gospel or try to overthrow these men, which they not being spiritual because they being carnal, you know. And you not really overthrowing men. You trying to overthrow Yahweh by Shemashah. The Lord said, if these men well, Gamaliel said it. If these men be of the Most High, nobody can stop them. Pretty much, like Paul said, who can lay anything to the charge of the Lord's elect? You can't bring no charge up against the Lord's elect. You can't confound the Lord's elect. But let me keep reading though. Verse 3, it says, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourself above the congregation of the Lord. So now they talking mess about Moses, pretty much who set you up on high, right? And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, because Moses was a meek man, and you got these individuals with that mentality, I want to be in a seat of the apostles, I want to be that dude, that Tupac nigga spirit. I'm the motherfucking man, and you ain't the man. You should be happy with just, hey, if you a doorman, but you in the truth though, the doorman still gonna be in the kingdom, uplifted, you know what I'm saying? Exalted, holding down his position. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we in this truth keeps us humble, because the Lord don't need none of us, So men want particular high seats, but the Lord didn't put them in them situations. Put you in that situation for you to have that high seat, So be cool with what you got and stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Because the goal is to make it out of Babylon the Great. That's the goal, to make it out of here. All right. It says, verse 5. And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him who have chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This do take you censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon ye, sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it be a small thing unto you that the Most High of Israel have separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle, the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. Because at that time the Levitical priesthood were the ones that were directly dealing with the Lord, Levi, right? All the rest of the tribe had to go to Levi. You know what I'm saying? Now the Lord has opened it up for us, where now we're all kings, priests, as it speaks about in First Peter's, I believe the second chapter, you know. But see, Moses even like, look what the Lord did for you. He made you close to the Lord through this Levitical priesthood office. But that's not enough. No matter what the Lord give these individuals, it ain't enough for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like that spirit of a woman, man. You know, you're trying to please your woman, or you're trying to please a woman, and she can never be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? She can never be satisfied. She can have her heart desire. She can have the house. She can have the car. She can have the children. She can have the 1%. You know what I'm saying? $1 million man, and still go out and cheat on her husband. You know? It says verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hadst brought us out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. So then you got these individuals talking Mo shit. It's a small thing that you got us out of the land of Israel. I mean of Egypt, Mizraim, which really through the spirit it wasn't small. It was something big, because the Most High had it set up that Israel was going to go into the land of Egypt. We was going to become a larger nation. We were going to be put under affliction, and then the Lord was going to raise up Moses, right? And then through Moses, the Most High was going to be exalted. How he destroyed those Hamites, those Egyptians, and then it was said amongst the other nations what the God of the Hebrews did unto them Egyptians. They were put in fear, and in the miracle that the Lord did, the nations knew about it. And the nations were calling our power Allah Shadia, a demon-like power. So you got some real pieces of shit amongst Israel, man. All right, because here it is. They firsthand seen the majesty of the Lord, the mercies. They firsthand seen the power of the Lord. How the Most High stopped the Egyptian through Yahushua, and then how Moses led us through the Gulf of Suez, or the Red Sea, into the wilderness, right? But see, the Most High knew the hearts of you wicked Israelites. He knew that you Israelites, what you was thinking inside of your mind. That's why he didn't allow a lot of y'all to go into the promised land. He let y'all walk in circles in the wilderness till you died off. Because you older generation wasn't right. You were still a bunch of idolaters. You know what I'm saying? You were a bunch of murmurers. You wasn't satisfied or content with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And then you wanted to overthrow your brother. As if Moses wasn't trying to make it to the promised land himself, but he had to deal with you niggas, man. That's the same thing what we gotta do today is these scoffers, these spirits, man. And I'm telling you, a scoffer, you're not gonna make it. At least you repent. But mostly these scoffers don't repent. I mean, the perfect example that was recent is Bro Polite. Scoffed at the apostles. You know what I'm saying? Now look at him. 10 years, prison time. And went down for what he accused the Lord's men of doing. You see what I'm saying? So you can't play with Yahweh Bashim Abishai, right? It says, verse 14, moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. It says, and Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow. It says, and take every man his censer and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourself from amongst this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Okay, so the Lord was hot, you know. So a lot of you individuals, you don't know that the Lord is hot at you. You think because you're getting away for a small moment, you know, that the Lord is not going to deal with you. But the Lord is going to deal with you. He's going to deal with you, you know. All right. The Lord wants to wipe them out. But look what Moses said. It says, and they fell upon their face and said, O power and power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacles of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and Abiram, you know. And that's what we say. If you see these individuals, you know, you got to leave them alone. All right. You can't have fellowship with these wicked men, you know, because if you have fellowship with these wicked men, then their energy is going to be pushed off to you, because they got spirits on them, you know. So spirits jump onto other spirits and attach themselves to it, you know. So that's why we say, look, we do like it tell you in Romans, mark them which cause division, you know, because when you mark them, you put the scopel on them, and then you also allowing the congregation to identify these men's wicked works. All right, especially when it comes concerning the doctrine, you know. Slack, bear me for a second. Verse okay. Verse 25, it says, and Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him, and he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they got up from the tabernacles of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the doors of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord have sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, which is, you know, old age, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, when ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord, and it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. So the earth, it split open, cracked open, and they all fell in. It was so big that their family line fell in there, man. Children, wives, tents, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And Israel, the ones that did get away from them, they watched the downfall of these individuals, you know, and that's what we have seen over the years. The downfall of a lot of these individuals that have came up against the truth. Like I mentioned in dude's ITR, you know. The Lord exposed them. You know, the Lord put them so deep into a hole that they was not able to recover. You know, and that's a scary thing, because they start getting lineups, stop wearing fringes at camp, Start changing up the 12 tribes chart sign. Said the missiles, something about the missiles, that the missiles ain't it. Ain't talking about the missiles, the ICBM missiles. You know, man, it was, they started getting on. You can see them in the picture, big ass bag of weed. So they was smoking weed and shit. Lord put them in a hole that they couldn't get out of. A lot of these individuals, the Lord be putting them in holes that they can't get out of. Again, like I mentioned, flat earthers. Lord had that spirit go out there, and it snatched up souls. You know, Lord put out there the new covenant. You got Israel you got Israel thinking they under the new covenant right now. So them spirits put them into a deeper hole that they can't get out of, man. Spiritually, they in a deep hole, and they ain't gonna be able to get out of it. You know, until the Lord bring forth that judgment upon these individuals. You know. Let me keep going. It says, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. They and all their appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. You see? So the Lord got them individuals that was inciting a rebellious spirit against, you know, his anointed. Because Moses at that time was the Most High's anointed, you know? All right? And the Most High dealt with them wicked men. So it's nothing new in these times. You know what I'm saying? These individuals are so far gone into a deep hole spiritually that they ain't gonna get out, man. You know, and they gonna be faithless all the way up until the Lord decide to show who was really right through the Holy Spirit. You know, because that's what the Lord gonna do. He gonna just like Moses said. You know, we'll see who this day who the Lord has set up. And so everybody gonna see who the Lord has truly set up, and that's really gonna bring even more shame upon these individuals that have fought against the Yahweh by Shema Shai's elect. You know, so matter of fact, I'm gonna end it with that. I'm gonna end it with that. You know, that's a good scripture. You know, gotta go to that Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. It says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument." It says, "For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them." So the prophecies and everything that we speak about, you gonna know that a prophet has been amongst you. You know. So Lord willing, let's has been edified, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, you have been edified. And with that, I want to say Shalom.